Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Drena Finds Out. And then this week, I brought in Miss Krystal Ben, and she had the fabulous idea of having shop talk. So this week, we have joining us, like I said, Krystal Ben. I have Miss Marquita Piernas, Miss Dana, what's your last name?
Johnson.
Miss Dana Johnson from New Orleans, Krystal Jones, Krystal with the C, and then Miss Kendall
Bernard.
So these are the fabulous ladies I have with me this week. How y'all doing?
We're
doing
good.
good.
How are you?
We're doing well.
Amazing.
I'm so happy to have y'all. This is exciting.
Thank you.
We're going to call this episode A Whole Lot of Money because all of them are getting to the money. And we're trying to find out how to get to it. This is the year of finding out where the money resides. So let's have y'all go around. Marquita, can you tell us a little bit about what you do?
Yes, so I'm a CPA. I've been a CPA for the last 12 years, and I've been an accountant for over 16 years. I started my career off here in Biloxi, Mississippi, where I'm originally from, and then I took my talents to Atlanta for about 10 years. My husband decided he did not want to live in Atlanta, and then if we were going to be married, we were going to be married somewhere near the coast. So in 2016, I moved back. Moved back semi. We live in Louisiana, but I also own an office right next door, Premier Tax Service, where I offer small business taxes and financial preparation for our minority businesses here on the coast. So my thing was, I've never met a CPA outside of Atlanta that looks like me. So I wanted to provide my service to minorities because we're so underrated and we have the power in our dollars. So I said, you know what? I'm going to teach my people financial literacy the best way I know how. I'm going to show them how they should be maintaining their budget, how they should be preparing a profit and loss statement each month, kind of assisting them with running their business so that they could be successful. So, it's me.
And Miss Dana?
I don't want to go behind her.
She was so prepared.
I was not prepared at all.
I am listening.
Let me clap and we can start.
I'm listening and I'm trying to think. That is very hard. So I'm Dana Chanel. Dana Transforms Hair on all social medias. I'm
Amazing
only a hairstylist.
She's amazing,
Celebrity
you guys.
hairstylist.
No,
Trying to
she's
be
amazing,
humble.
right?
I've been doing hair for 28 years now, and I am literally close to retirement. I have a product line. It's named the Pink Lace brand. I've been on the amazing St. Charles Avenue street with my salon for 10 years, which a little back history is a street that African American people were not able to walk down. So me being on that street was like a big deal to New Orleans, to my family, and to people that know the history of New Orleans. That's it.
No, that's not it. Dana has traveled the world and done celebrity clients' hair.
And I'm close to retirement, like I said.
She has an amazing product.
But I did have a great career doing hair. I know people look at hair like it's fun and stuff like that, but it is a very, very good career. You make a lot of money hands-on doing hair. And if anybody wants to go into it as a career, or if people are not looking at it like a real career, it really is.
No, I have a lot of clients that are hairstylists and own salons. It's money in the hair business.
You're also a therapist.
I am a therapist. But I would say the most important thing about making that money in cash, you do have to invest and put it in different areas because you're going to get a lot of it and you're not going to know what to do with it. We don't have 401ks, we don't have insurance, we have to provide those things for ourselves. So the smart thing would be to put your money where it belongs. So when you're older, you're able to retire
Like you plan on doing.
in a very comfortable, place.
So talking about hair, Miss Krystal Ben.
I'm a retired hairstylist. My clients are getting on my nerves. All y'all just watch them just playing. I'm just playing. I love doing hair, but the wigs kind of took off for me, so it was hard for me to maintain wigs, hair, husband, kids. It was just too much for me to do. So I had to let one thing go, and I'm glad I did because I was able to have more time to do more things, So I'm a retired hairstylist. I specialize in glueless wigs. I do have a vending machine. She do too. She didn't mention that.
She did not mention it.
So
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So
We'll run back.
Double back. Okay.
We'll run
the
back.
whole part.
So that's when we talk
Yes,
about
we
our
did.
different businesses that we ventured out into.
Yeah, welcome.
So I'm also in the vending business. I'm also a real estate investor. I'm just trying to get the money, man. I'm just trying to get it. I do everything but sell dope.
And we ain't like dope.
Yeah,
It's like dope.
Yeah.
Now, if the price is right, I might start selling.
Oh my God.
I'm just playing.
Miss Krystal with the city.
So I am a realtor investor and I have properties in Memphis. My backstory is I was a teen mom, grew up in South Memphis. I wanted to get back to my community, so I went back where my roots began and I started to buy real estate and trying to give low-income people a home. So I'm not a slumlord. That was my number one goal. Don't be a slumlord.
She's not. She takes great care of her property.
That's part of the reason why my investment is not as high. But also I'm in the military. I joined the military 15 years ago, so I am coming up on that 4.5-year mark where I can go ahead and retire. But I don't think I'll do it. I still see growth and opportunity, so I want to continue to strive where I am so I can affect change for our younger generation, and also, like you said, to bring people into the military that look like me and let them know, like, hey, you can be that little 16-year-old teen mom from South Memphis and you can make it happen. Also, Krystal with the K is my business partner. We opened up a salon, so same way we kind of commingled and we try to feed off of each other.
No, energy and feeding off of business women is very important.
Because I wouldn't be in a real estate game if it wasn't for her. Like, just hearing her
knowledge,
story.
soaking up knowledge with different women is the key.
Exactly.
That is
And
key
then,
to
like,
all of this.
Marquita is my CPA. So it's like, it's full circle. You surround yourself with amazing people. I haven't gotten to your hair salon. I'm catching you at the end, so I got her on camera. She said I could get her on so that was my thing. I do go home and I do speak at one of the local high schools to kind of talk to young ladies, and I did some mentorship here on the coast as well. So outside of business, family first, that's my biggest thing. Got a husband I absolutely love. He's super supportive, and I just keep reinvesting into new things, and he just keeps saying, baby, what do you need me to do? So it's awesome, man.
Can I say something real quick? I ain't say nothing about my husband either. He gonna be watching this. He should always put, hey, my baby got a business named Nappy Beards. Make sure y'all check him out too.
My bad.
Love the hubby.
Miss Kendall.
Okay, well, hi. I am Kendall Bernard, Makeup by Kendall on Instagram, and I am a makeup artist in New Orleans, and I've traveled all over doing makeup, and it's been about 11 years that I've been doing makeup. I do all types of makeup, from bridal, TV, film, production, beauty, pretty much every genre of makeup. I've been doing it a long time. I have a suite in Metairie, Louisiana, and I service clients. Basically, that's what I do. I enjoy making women beautiful. I enjoy it. It's part of my passion. I enjoy meeting women. I enjoy just networking with women. I also have a product line that's in production as well. It's Jane Doe Beauty. I'm trying to think of what else I have going on.
A lot. She's right. I can tell you, she's grown over the
So
last
I'm
year.
thinking, like, it's a lot of things.
She's
I'm
grown.
in like these transition parts of life where
You moved into a double
Yeah,
suite now.
so-
Her business has grown in the year's
so it
time.
is growing extremely.
Listen, I know all that business.
Yeah.
I know all that.
Yeah, so and I'm and so what I and what made me really get into makeup artistry, I like to tell this part of my story because I didn't know that makeup was a career. And when I started out, I was in the medical field, basically thinking that I would just kind of climb up the ladder in corporate America doing medical billing. I just loved makeup, and it kind of found me. And I think when you have passion, it will find you. You can't kind of just run from it, and it really did. A lot of social media kind of played a part in that as far as my growth with makeup, and it built from that. So my story is just really finding what you love. Being a single mother, I had to balance a lot of things, just trying to figure out, okay, do you want to do what you love, or do you need to make this steady paycheck? And I chose what I loved, and it has been a blessing since then. So yeah, I mean, and it's a lot of other things.
I will say that I started following her. I believe that, I don't know, Krystal, you posted a picture of Marquita, and then she had did your makeup, so I was like, I gotta follow this lady. This makeup, it was like skin. Like, it looks so beautiful. Like, no filter, no none of that. Like, you have blessed hands. You do a beautiful job.
Thank you.
And as for Krystal Jones, to go back to what you were saying, Krystal is the first black woman that I heard sit down and talk to me. She was like, we were at an event for the Distinguished Gentleman, or getting prepared for it, and she was like, yeah, I was at my job and all these men were talking about all the investing they were doing, and I was like, I should start doing that. And then she started telling me everything she was doing, and I was like, oh, I need to get on her level.
She will have you like intrigued and like, okay, this is new. I need to try this. This is amazing. She's a great resource when it comes to real estate. And finding properties, paying cash for things, not having loans, making your money back instantly. Like, Krystal she's a goat. She's a quiet goat.
She's so humble.
Yeah, she's Listen, she does not flex, but she can if she wanted to.
Honestly, I always tell people I'm like a sponge, because I'm in the office and the guys are talking. So I work with the Flying Jennies, the 815th. So we're the tactical side, and then there's the hurricane hunters that fly the storms. But these guys are always sitting around the table talking investments, and so my coworkers used to laugh at me because I'm like over in the corner with a notepad. Like, what are they doing? I don't know what they're talking about. I'm gonna write this down so I can stop them on the way out the door and be like, hey,
what does this mean?
Give me a little bit more information. So yeah, I got a couple of mentors. I'm always here hustling, like, oh, I need to know more about this. Let me research this.
Right. Well, that's what you got to do, for real.
So going back to what you said, you were young, working in the medical field, and then you were a teen mom at 16. So how do you get to the point where, okay, I'm making this steady income because this is my job, I'm going to, I got insurance, I got everything I need. At what point do you get to, like, okay, I'm gonna fully step out and start something different?
So I want to know the answer to that, because I'm in that dilemma right now.
That was hard. Me and you talked about this.
It's very difficult to step away from a six. So I'm also a manager. I work at a top utility company in New Orleans, and they kind of have me on this succession plan to become VP one day, and I'm like, that's not really, I don't think, what I want. But how do you say no when you're performing so well at work, and you're making six figures at work, and you're making six figures with your other companies that you have, and you're looking at the total income combined, and you're like, okay, well, wait a minute, if I let this go, then I'm letting six figures go away. Right. Even though I'm still making six figures here, that's six figures that I'm letting go away. So I think that that's something that I'm struggling with right now, to say, you know what, when I step away from these six figures, this gonna turn into 7.
It will.
Can I come back to that?
Yeah. Because you have to make the choice though. Like, what's more important for you?
So,
is what you want to grow. Because I was miserable on my job. I don't know if you have that feeling of misery, or happy. You might like your job.
Yeah.
That wasn't what I was, my destiny. I didn't see growth there for me. So I had to think of things that I really wanted to do. So I felt like, okay, I'm going to step out on faith. I prayed about it, constantly just researched what I wanted to do. And like I said, it was finding me, because I just put it into the universe that this is what I want to do. And then I had an opportunity that came to me that I couldn't pass up. But if I passed it up, if I worked my job, guess what? I wouldn't have been able to do the opportunity. So I just took a leap of faith, and I never turned back at that job ever again.
Do you think, because sometimes I feel like, so I think that, okay, yeah, I'm miserable at this company, but I assume that we're all Christians here. But sometimes I'm like, is this guy making me uncomfortable?
I
thought
that. I kind of got a caveat to that. I absolutely love my job. I love what I do. It gives me the opportunity to travel the world, and like that was the purpose of me getting in the military. So for me, even when me and Krystal did our business venture, what was the first thing I said? I'm not quitting my job.
You gonna be like, quit your job, man.
And now I'm vested. So I think me and you talked about that. You really got to see where you are, and definitely, like she said, I love what I do, and I love where it takes me and the opportunities that I get.
Yeah.
So for me, I'm still able to do my other investments. I've just had to get smarter about my time.
Yeah.
So I don't over extenuate myself when I know, like, oh, that sounds like it'll be a great investment. But if I don't have the time to give, you got to be realistic with yourself too. Because like today, I just got in town, called Krystal, was like, hey, I still got time. I literally ran in the house, dropped my luggage, kissed my husband, told my kids hi, and ran upstairs and came right back out
I
the door.
appreciate you doing that.
That is so I like my job. I'm not gonna say I love it and I'm a superstar in everything that I do. No, but I perform well at my job and I reap the benefits from it. I like what I do, but I love being able to service and help my community. I think that me being young or semi-young,
You're young.
me being young and being able to help people that look like me. I have clients of all races, but it brings me joy to sit down and talk to other black professional business owners, regardless of the industry. It can be in my same industry. I have clients that own tax companies as well. So that's competition thing is a whole nother topic. That doesn't matter to me. Or someone in the same industry, you all can be friends, but I'm sure get to that. But for me, it's being able to provide you with the knowledge and the financial resources to watch you grow and become more successful and beyond what you thought. And me to be able to witness that's what fulfills me and it gives me joy.
But that's my thing. I feel like that has to be an individual decision because like what makes you click and what. So it's one of those things where it's kind of like the Clubhouse. It popped off, and I even called her. I'm like in zombie land trying to take notes. And then I had to just pull back because it was all great information, but you have to know how to plug it in your life.
That's right.
So I feel like that's one of those decisions. It's like you really got to put it in. I'm a pen and paper person.
Yeah.
So I do the pros and the cons.
Yeah.
So for me, I have to write it out. It has to make sense, and you have to be realistic with your time.
Right.
Because that whole work-life balance is a joke.
It's no such thing.
Fire me.
Like
I literally was trying to make them fire me. Like
So you
they
didn't
wouldn't
make
let
a
me go.
decision?
I was incomplete work. I was doing just really lacking.
You want them to
and
make
my
the decision
supervisor
for you.
called me in. It's like, I know what you're trying to do. I know what you're trying to do, but you're one of our top and this and that. Like, what can we do? And I don't know. Sometimes I'll do better. But I knew what I was trying to set up, and I'm like, that's when I knew I had to make the decision to.
But like Marquita said,
they're not
when
gonna
you
let
love
you.
your job though.
Yes.
So I've put my days down to 2 days a week. I work Thursday and Friday only, and I love doing hair. I love like transforming people and making people feel good and making people look good. But I've been through phases with my products where I'm way up here, like doing well, right? And then it's like the times that I'm off, I try to spend it with a product.
Right.
But I'm cleaning the house. I'm doing everything kind of like, but what I should be doing. And then when I'm working, I'm like, damn, I could have been doing. I think of everything I should be doing.
Right.
Or I'm like, this is wasting my time. But I just spent 3 days, cleaning the house.
And I
So
could
it's
have
like,
been doing it.
Listen. Right. You don't do that on your. Listen,
I just don't want to stop doing hair
pay people
because
to
that's
do
something I love.
things that you don't want to do.
You
I
gotta
realize pay people to do things that you don't want to do.
You can pay people to clean your house, Marquita. However, you live there, and these people are not living with you. So if your child messes up in your room and you have phobia like me and you want it clean every day, you can clean your house every day.
They have some people who like clean up before the cleanup lady gets
I was doing that, right? It's called straightening up.
I was doing that Friday.
It's called straight. You got a title for it.
Yeah, it's called straightening
But I
up.
will say, when my kids were younger, I had a nanny. Because realistically, I had a house full of kids, mine and my adopted ones. So when you looked at it, I was like, okay, if I'm going to spend this much money in childcare, I could spend the same amount and get somebody to come to my house,
That's smart.
clean up, cook. My kids are eating meals, not McDonald's every day. And it worked phenomenal.
Well, let me ask a question. Do you truly feel like you have to actually quit one job to focus on another?
I don't.
That's
I feel
my
like it
struggle.
depends. It depends because when I was a hairstylist, I was so limited to what I can do because my time was behind the chair.
Right.
Like I gotta focus on them while they in the chair. I can't work on a wig and do them at the same
Right.
time. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But when I let one thing go, I was able to make double what I was making, like triple what I was making, just by focusing on this one other thing. But it's
it's
just
a line of
business.
It's a line of work.
Yeah,
It's
it's
a-
When
I
we're
love
providing
I love
these
it.
personal
But see, I'm still
services,
dealing
I
with
think
it,
it's
though,
different
with the
because
weeds.
it does take up
Right.
a lot of
I
time.
don't be
and
taken away all the way from.
But you say that, but you literally sit at home opening up other businesses.
Listen, Krystal is notorious for texting or
And all
calling
these
at 11 o'clock. Like,
hey, you should do this.
what do you think about if I do this? I need you to let me know realistically, is this financially feasible for me? And
So Marquita
What-
said is the money lady in my phone.
What
It's
can I-
Marquita with the dollar
can I
sign.
make money? And so sometimes I'm like, I'll ask probing questions like, okay, well, what would we do with this? And then how much would it be? And then how much would you be saving? So I get her to thinking about it.
Yeah.
She's like, okay, you might be right. But sometimes she has a great idea, and I'm like, you know what? They don't have that. That's gonna make some money with that. So we kind of go back and forth about it. But she had her mind never stops.
It don't.
Her mind never stops.
She
She comes up with so many. Hey, listen, I got an idea for us. Krystal is a phenomenal woman in one that her energy, she gives you ideas that you didn't even think about. She doesn't want the credit for it. She just really wants to see you win. And it's not a lot of women out there that's like her.
No,
she'll call you.
She your hype girl.
She's your hype girl. She will call you and say, I got an idea for you. I thought of an idea for you. And this is what I'm thinking. Tell me what you think. And I'm like, wow, you thought of an idea for me? That's like, damn, that's dope. Like, I don't really know how many friends I got that's thinking about me like that. Like, you think I
want us to
me?
be rich together. Let's get red eyed. Let's get that private jet. I ain't gotta be like, dang, I gotta pay her.
Right. Oh, that's another thing. Miss Thing is she's frugal, honey. She's gonna keep her coin.
Oh yeah. She's the first
Like, how much
thing
that cost? Right.
My husband ain't going to the store with me. What great value? Put that in the. It's all made at the same place.
Listen, I would tell Krystal in a minute. You can afford it.
Right.
It'll be okay.
Yeah.
She's
I
like, all right,
talked about that. We talked about having anxiety because you come from these humble beginnings, and it's like I'm always hungry. I don't ever want to go there.
I need therapy for that right now. It's like
But
a
you have
woman
to.
mentality.
It is, but you have to enjoy the fruits of your labor.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's one thing that I used to be like that, and I can remember in the beginning of my career making $60,000. I would probably be saving $15,000 a year because I just felt like
What if something happened?
what if something happened? Like I gotta have this money stashed, and I just want to look at it. I just want to look. I just want to look at it. I just want to see it. I don't want to do anything with it. I'm not buying nothing. I don't really care about trips. My enjoyment is me looking at it because I knew how I grew up, and I saw my mom struggle and work 2 jobs to make sure we had everything. My dad is in my life. Him and my mom are still married to this day, but my dad was in and out of the prison system. So it was times where he wasn't there, and my mom had to fully provide for us. So I saw those things, and I'm like, saying, when I have children, my mom is a great mom, but I want to be able to provide my kids with other things than have to worry about money. Like, she didn't make us feel like we were poor, but I mean, when I look back on it, we were.
Yeah.
Like, I had the latest and the greatest of everything, but she worked her ass off to make sure that we had it.
Yeah.
Like, and then, but then the balance comes in as, how do you make sure your kids still have that mentality?
They don't.
They're not.
Right, that's the struggle that you have, because then it's like they see you working,
But they don't
but
get
they
it.
don't see, it's not that type of work.
Right.
Yeah.
It's not like a
Yeah, you're
grind
there,
struggle
you're
work.
there,
You're
they have
there.
everything.
Welcome back, everybody, to It's a Drena Finds Out Shop Talk Mesh. And we decided, Krystal decided, she gave us an idea. We're going to do this every other month. So send in questions to all of
If
us.
y'all want us to do it once a month, let us know.
No, don't let us know. Let us know.
It's what the people want. Yeah, what the people want.
So we were talking about everybody's business and then what helped them get to where they are. I want to talk about y'all side hustles and what y'all got going on the side. I know that for a long time, no offense to anybody in the military, but for a long, growing up here on the coast with 2 bases, whenever we would go out like to the club, you could tell who was from the military and who wasn't from here. So I want to give a huge shout out to Miss Marquita and Krystal, because y'all hooking the ladies up on base with this business machine.
That's my business bestie.
So tell us how y'all came up with the idea to get people hooked up.
Okay, so I'm gonna be honest. That was that whole, when I say Krystal wakes you up out your sleep and say I got an idea for you. The vending machines did not come from me. I would never say that they did. Krystal asked me one day, you ever thought about putting it in a vending machine? And she gave me the idea and I ran with the concept. She helped me find a vendor, and then I designed the machine. I designed the bags. We thought about, okay, you know what? If we're gonna put this on base, what should we put in it? And me and my business partner, my best friend Drena, came up with the idea of affordable clothing. So in our vending machines, we don't have anything over $30. We want to keep it affordable. We want to keep it cute and comfy. In sets, dresses, for all occasions. So she gave me the idea and I just took it and run with it. So that's the type of person I am. Like, if you give me something or plant a seed, I'm gonna find a way to make it happen.
That's how it's supposed to be.
Yeah,
Like,
so she
it's
was
supposed to be
like,
yeah.
I was thinking about the base. I'm like, all right, let me see. So tell y'all how God works and how your past comes back. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna figure out how to get on base. So I called and someone pointed me in the right direction of the lady that I was supposed to speak to. And as I'm talking to her, she's saying, Marquita, I know you. And I'm like, okay. She said, you used to work at Boomtown? I said, yeah, when I was like 16. She said, I'm such and such. I remember you. I was rooting for you. I was so proud of you when you graduated, and I told you was gonna make it, and I'm gonna help you. I'm gonna make sure da because I just wanted to see you win. You was always so sweet and had a good spirit at work, and I'm like, wow. Like, yeah, I'm like, wow, thank you. She was like, you gonna be able to take this vendor code and you gonna be able to go to any base that you want. So I called Krystal. I'm like, I got the connect for us. Like we in. Like this is what we need to do. Like this is who you need to call. So that's just how it works. Like she planted the idea. She already had her vending machine. I knew what I wanted ours to look like. Me and Drena kind of did the graphics or whatever. Went back and forth with the people. We got the vending machine. So then I passed on the information to Krystal. I'm like, listen, this is what we need to do already. So the day I met the lady, I'm like, okay, listen, I got a friend. She has wigs. Her concept is dope. I need to get her in here too. So that, I mean, that's how it works. Like, you gotta bring people with. I called Kendall. I'm like, Krystal said, like, we all need to be in there. Like, we need to, like, do this. And then I called Drena, and she's like, I'm like, we all gonna do this, this, and this. And they like, let's make it happen. So it's always about surrounding yourself with women that want to see you grow, and y'all equally yoked. Like, so this is what I was saying the other day. We was talking about another business venture that we're thinking about. I don't need you to be, you don't have to be my best friend to go into business with you. We have a contract, we have the same type of mindset.
Yes.
It can work.
Right.
I don't have to know you for 20 years to say, you know what, I'm gonna invest my money with you. What I do need to know is that you're serious about it.
Right.
You're gonna take it serious, and you have the money to back it up. Nobody wanna lose money.
Right.
So I'm not trying to lose 100. I'm like, no, I wanna
But then
be
you
able
gotta
to
think
triple
about
it.
it too. Whenever you're doing investments, because like me and Krystal did one, and we invested our money, we invested our time, and then bam, COVID hit. So it's like, then it's like $20,000-$30,000
Yep,
just
gotta take a
gone, and we
chance.
was only able to keep it open for a few months because it's like it was mandatory to close all salons. Like, and then how you recover from that, and you got something new.
You recover because
in
you
a
have
small
side hustles,
city.
right? You have
Yeah,
side
right.
hustles.
Yeah.
So yeah, you have other sources
But that's
of
what I'm
income.
saying. When looking for business partners, like, yeah, we took that loss, but we could afford to lose $20,000.
That's right.
And you
know what
don't
I'm saying?
invest if you can't lose.
Yeah,
You should not be putting your all in
Yeah,
one
That's
so
what I'm
thing.
saying.
yeah, I agree.
Did I cry about that? I did an ugly cry in the car like that.
I'm listen.
Ugly cry. Took the lashes off like, bro, I'm gonna make them tears.
And you have to. So I'm big on bringing people with me that I feel like is gonna understand and can appreciate. So when we decided to do Noir was just kind of, we like fashion. We always getting asked, where did you get an outfit from? So we can really sell these clothes ourselves. Like, let's just try this.
Yeah.
We can do this ourselves. So it was a matter of, again, a thought, and within I'm gonna say a month and a half, we was ready. We was launched. We had our website built. Like, we was ready. So I don't. If I get a goal in mind, I'm gonna run with it.
Yeah, it's
I'm
no
gonna have-
stopping.
Yeah, it's no
No
stopping. So Noir made 6 figures in his first year. Like, I didn't. That's God. Like, I didn't. It's amazing. Like, just to be able to sell clothes, to do something that you like. Yeah, we had hiccups, but we learned from them. Like, but you going through it with someone that you trust and that can help you, and it's not all the stress on you. I say this all the time. You can't do everything by yourself.
Absolutely.
So for me, it was, I like fashion. I can pick the clothes of Drena. I can show them to her. Like, she cool with that, but she don't want to go through those clothes. Shipping and presentation, she on point with that. I'm never gonna be that person. Like, I'm gonna box your stuff up.
And you
I
won't
might give it to you in the bag. I might not. Like,
might
y'all
not
know.
give it to you.
All right, that's enough. That's enough.
Might not get it till a month later. I went on vacation already. I gotta wait for the next vacation.
I'm gonna just take a
But
picture.
it's cool because you know I didn't pay for shipping.
That's what I have to deal with.
Because I didn't pay for shipping.
Right.
It's my fault.
But listen, no, she's amazing at that. If you all have ever, I packaged something, so I'm gonna say pretty much if you all have ever received a package in the mail, that's Drena. That's her presentation. Like, that's what she.
Get a meal.
Just
Yes, like, but that's
Every
not.
time I be like, oh my God, the box.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my God, look at the
Open it
bag.
up, waiting to see what it is.
But that's her. We work. I mean, you have to figure out what works well.
yeah,
Like,
right,
when we
right.
do business, what can you contribute or bring to the table that I'm not gonna do or that I can't do?
Right.
That was
And
kind
that's
of
how you.
It was
Yeah.
like going in. I know nothing about hair. I hate doing
But
my
you
own
structured.
hair. But the structure and the business behind
Yeah.
the scene part, and this was like all. She was like, okay, and this is what we're gonna do, and okay, pay attention. This is
But
what
Krystal's so organized, y'all. When I tell y'all, when I met her, I got my whole life together. She had a notebook. We went to a lunch. She came out with a notebook with everything wrote down. I'm like, I'm one of the people like, shoot, we're gonna do this. Oh, what I say 2 minutes ago? She had a notebook like, no, we're gonna check off A. Hey, we're gonna go.
Listen.
I'm like,
Well, let me say this for the non
partnership people, which is myself.
it is extremely hard doing everything by yourself.
it is.
Because you have to come up with things on your own.
Yeah.
You have to package on your own. You have to promote on your own. You have to
motivate yourself.
because I have days where I don't feel like doing this anymore.
Right.
Then I have days where I'm pumped up. You know,
Yeah.
like I've been through a phase where I'm like, should I do something different? Oh, this may not be working. So it's a blessing that y'all have partners, because it's almost like if you have a person that don't feel like it that day, you still have that other person You know,
And
that
they
get
take-
around
and they
one
understand.
doing it.
It's actually
But
like
with
an
me-
accountability
Yeah.
too.
With me-
You don't want to let that other person down.
Yeah.
But with me, it's like if I don't want to do it, it just will not get done.
Yeah.
If I don't mentally want or feel like promoting, then nothing's gonna be promoted.
But I think
I
that's
don't-
where your business besties comes in at too.
Oh.
Because what you just told me on the phone, like it's so comforting to be able to have somebody to talk
Yeah,
to.
but that's just as a brief.
Right,
You see
right.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I've been doing it for
a long
couple
time.
of years,
Yeah.
But
all
no,
by
that's
myself.
what.
You
But
know what I
that's why
mean?
that's when you start surrounding yourself with people.
That's
that
right, and
wanna
that's why I'm
motivate you.
here.
And it's really, but it's
Right.
good, and I think I'm on the same page with Dana.
Right.
It's me. It's just me
It's just
and
you.
my
That's
business.
right.
That's it. So I don't really go to anyone. I mean, I have friends and different people, mentors that I go to for advice, but when operation, it's just me.
Yeah.
And I think I don't want to say I'm afraid to let other people into the business, but it's kind of like,
But
you know,
that's how
when
it is. It's your baby.
yeah, it's my baby. I want
But
it
you
to
know what,
grow, and then if something happens, like I don't want it to be nobody's fault but mine. you know?
And I've done things like hired at marketing companies, right? And you give these people all of your whatever. And they don't do it right. They don't
Yeah.
Oh my God,
because
we
I'm
don't-
the
we
one.
don't even wanna
I'm
go
the
there.
person that built the Instagram following according to what I was doing. So then they come in and they want to put Beyonce up, thinking that the whole world just is about Beyonce, and I don't have that kind of stuff on my page.
Right,
So I have
right.
to take it from them. You know, you invest a lot of money in these people, and then you left looking like, okay, I did better just doing it myself.
But no, you learn.
You do learn. You do learn.
It makes
However,
you better. The next time you're gonna be like, okay, I'm
You know
not
what to
giving
look
my.
for.
I know exactly what I want. So that
Correct.
way,
But what I've learned is I'm just gonna get a person to specialize in only that area. You
Yes.
cannot take the whole
Yes.
thing from me. You
Yes.
understand what I'm saying? So if you're good with Facebook marketing,
Just do
I'm gonna just
Facebook.
let you do Facebook marketing. That's it. I'm good with Instagram. I'm gonna do Instagram. You know,
Right.
emails. I don't do emails. You can do emails. Cool. I'm gonna just get you to do emails.
Right,
Because
right,
the
right,
marketing
right,
companies, you pay them all this money, and they in their mind. They
gotta
think
pay.
that they have what's for you, and then you're tired because you're the only one that's been doing it. So you just give it to them,
and
and
plus
that's
they
what
don't
I went
know.
through.
They don't know your
You know,
Yeah.
Yeah.
that's
Break
correct.
out
And
your
no
day.
matter how much you talk to them or they see what you've done, they still cannot.
They
You
not
just don't
you.
get it.
Yeah.
I know that when we started this, shout out to Mario. He don't like recognition, but when
Hey,
we started this, he was like, "Oh, I want you to come on and be a co-host." I'm like, "Sure, like let me know when you need me." He's like, "No, I want you to come," and I was like, "Okay, well I'm gonna come whenever you tell me
right.
to." And so like with him, I always want to try to make sure I execute what it is he wants, because he's like that, like it's his baby, and
That's
I know
right.
this is how he
That's
wants
right.
it done.
Right.
And like, I'm like, okay, can you tell me what it is that you want done?
Right.
He's like, you got it. And I'm like, no, I don't. I need you to tell me.
Mm-hmm.
But like, he's one of those people, like, he write everything down. This boy done gifted me so many journals. And I'm like, boy,
I'm going up the dome.
Look, he's like, I ain't gonna
right,
put none of it.
not write this down.
So you just got a warm and fuzzy when he was like, yeah, this dope. Like, this
Yeah,
right,
yeah.
But
like,
he
right.
wanted you to co-host because he trusted you.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
So he
So I
knew
knew
you could-
I knew that's what
But
it
you
was.
know, you said
Execute
the
it.
key word trust.
Yeah.
Partnerships are about trust.
Right.
It's trusting that you're going to be truthful in the beginning. So
That's right.
at the end, you know,
Yes,
I think we literally talked every day,
Every day.
for probably 6 months leading up to opening that shop. And it was good, healthy conversations. It was things we didn't agree about. We was like, okay, well, I'm going to think about it and we'll come back
Yeah.
tomorrow. And we still may not agree though.
Right.
But
Yeah.
it was like we had those talks and
Right.
we got it out. So like you see so many partnerships when a business dissolves that they're not friends anymore. Like it actually made us closer.
Closer.
Yeah,
Yeah, that happens.
closer.
I have a
It
question
did.
for you guys, because I know you guys have different umbrella of things you got going on. It's not like you're not just hair, you're not just real estate, you're not just a CPA. Do you think because you have these partnerships, you're able to balance out all the other
Absolutely.
ventures that you do?
Absolutely.
I'm gonna say it like this, like,
My husband and partner.
wait, how long? When did I meet you? Like a year ago?
Yeah, when we opened the shop.
So,
And
well,
then
this is
you
my
got-
second
but Krystal
time
was-
filing your taxes, so probably almost 2 years.
Yeah. And Krystal was like a client of mine, but she was always cool. But me and her didn't get real close maybe about 2 years ago. Like 2 years ago. Like, your money will come when you're around people that's really elevated and doing stuff and have good intentions. Like, when I got around them, I started seeing different, I was exposed to different stuff. Because if you're the only person in your circle that has
It's not fun.
this or that, how do you know what else is
Yeah.
available?
You don't.
You
You
know what I'm
don't.
saying? Like when I went to their house, I was like, damn. Like I pulled up at Marquis house at nighttime. That thing was lit. I was
Now
like,
she done bought stuff and got her
I'm like, I pulled up at Krystal house. It's like the pool around.
It motivates you, right?
But it's like they look like me though.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, I will always see this on
But it
TV.
was funny because she was having a gala and I was like, let me just print your stuff out. I didn't like your checklist. So I said, and let me do it. And she was so hesitant because she was like, what's she gonna want in return? And I was like, I don't want nothing. I just want to help you. You know what I'm saying?
It's so hard to find people that have good intentions that I've been burnt so many times. Like when it comes to relationships and friendships, like I'm naturally a giver. You know what I'm saying? So I'm used to giving. So when somebody want to give me something, I'm like, oh no.
And it's always strange for me to see people like that because I'm like, it was one episode we wanted to interview a girl and she was like, "You want me to do this for free?" I'm like, "No."
Bro, you get you too good to come, don't come.
We're planning to pay you. And she's like, "Oh, okay," because people don't normally offer to help people out, but we started it because we wanted to bring awareness to businesses that don't have a avenue to get out to everybody. So I think a lot of people are guarded like that because they have been burned.
Absolutely.
Yeah, because you really don't know what somebody's intentions is. It's like you do the paper for me, and then you tell somebody, yeah, I did her paper. But then when I realized she didn't even like that, she was so sweet. She printed out extra. I'm like,
but that's how you are, believe it or not. I remember calling you, and I feel like I didn't really meet you for real. And you was like, oh, you know what? Write this down. Like, I'm gonna send you notes to others. I'm like, really? You like what?
She is a giver, so that was my way of
somebody
giving back.
It's weird when somebody try, like Christmas time, somebody try to give me a gift. I'm like, bro, this is so uncomfortable.
Yeah.
I want it, but it's like,
right.
Bro, let me give you something too then. So you done gave me something. I didn't know you were gonna buy me a gift.
I wasn't ready.
But no, that's definitely partnerships like your husband, your family, your partners, like they make it all where you're able to do these type of things. I wouldn't be able to do what I do without Chris and Drena and my mom and my dad. They help us with Christian when Chris has to work and we have pop-ups, so we doing this or that. Like they take on Christian and Chris's mom as well, like no other. Drena, when I can't do something or I'm very busy during tax season, she's like, you know what, I got it. What we need to do, I make sure this and this gets done because she understands like I have another business and she'll take the lead on a lot of things and take it off. Or when my husband is like, you gotta quit one thing because it's getting overwhelmed. She's like, all right, I'm gonna take inventory. I'm gonna get the inventory in the house because I don't want you to have to stop. Because Chris is like, look, what's going on? Like you up all night doing all these different things. Like you got a household too, so. And then he's like, okay, well, I can go get Christian to this. So if you don't have those things, I mean, for you, I can see how it's very difficult.
Yeah, because I have ideas that I want to do, but I'm like, I can't even complete all of the other tabs. So it's like it's all these open tabs. You want to do this, you want your business to elevate, you want to add this service, you want to do this.
You gotta write it down.
And it's written down, it's all plans out, but then it's like, okay, so,
how do I get there?
Oh God, you got this other little thing that's, it's part of your little, something you would like to do, but you can't even tackle that because you still got to get that done. So it's like,
but
I'm listening to all y'all ventures. I'm like, there's other things about me than beauty. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think another good thing about having a partner is having somebody who can be kind of just like in marriage, a united front. Mm-hmm. So like we might be going through hell back here, but when we up here, people gonna be like, oh, they cool, like they got it.
Because when we went and sat down with our attorney to do our partner, I am not one of those shake your hand type of people. I don't care.
Now you better tell me.
I can love you to death, but
you
you
gotta
need to
get
go
in
see
there.
this attorney and
You
put
have
some
to have
signatures on there because even when we walked in, he was like, well, what do y'all need me for? He was like,
y'all agree to everything, but it's like, shoot, what if I die? What happens? Like, if we doing the 50-50 business, does my kids and husband get something?
Like,
or they get monthly?
All of that in there. We put our time that we were going to invest. Like, everything was in there. It was like, hey, Krystal, I quit her job. Like, that's my number one thing.
She said at the beginning, Krystal, I'm not quitting my job. Because I'm the person, quit your job.
She's like, quit your job, you got $1 million.
Because I feel like when you quit something, you ain't got no choice.
You
breathe a whole different beast.
And I agree. I thought about that last week. I'm like, you know what?
You be
if
so
I
creative
have
because
a
it's like,
second way of income, I probably would have had this product thing popping by now.
You ain't
if I didn't have any other
choice.
income. You know what I'm saying?
You won't have a choice.
Because Eton's like, so you can quit your job. And I'm like, okay. But I can't see it for real because, like I said, on off days I'm like lounging around, like watching TV. And then Friday come be like, damn, I can't believe I have to work today because I could have been doing this and that. I know, but like
you want to be off.
Sometimes you need a mental break. You gotta have a mental break. Yes, like I'm not doing this today. I'm not doing anything.
If your cup is empty, what do you have to pour somebody else's cup?
That's gonna lead into my next question, and we're probably gonna wrap it up. But I want to hear everybody's opinion on this. So, a lot of you offer services to people. Everybody here offers services to people, whether it be like your business, your customers, or even your family. Whenever you are a businesswoman and you're working for yourself and others, what does your self-care look like? Like, how important is that to you? And what does self-care for you look like?
Can I go before my
I need to go
before my kids. So my self-care would be, I have a client that is a massage therapist. Her name is Frances. The name of her business, Jesus Christ, is Posh.
You'll send it to us. We'll add
Yes,
you
I will.
for.
And Frances, I get a massage every Saturday, literally every Saturday. And then my mother-in-law loves my child to death, so my child is not home every weekend. So I'm pretty much doing whatever I want to do.
Yeah.
I have no excuse, is what I'm saying. Because I only work 2 days a week. I have a lot of relaxation time. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But you've made it that way for you.
You
You work
for
a very long time to be able to do that.
So I am like, people call me, Dang, you want to do? Girl, yes. We eat? Yeah, I want to go eat. We did.
Listen, Dana's your vacation friend too. Dana will tell you in a minute. Don't go nowhere else without me. And then you come get your hair done, and she's like, what y'all playing? And he's like, we playing. So you want to call me and tell me?
I'm the most relaxed person all the way down to my clothes. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got jogging suits, so whenever we at the airport, I ain't looking all. I'm gonna be relaxed. You know?
Right.
So my relaxation time really looks good. I ain't gonna lie.
Anybody else want to go before Miss Murphy?
I'm like, she's
gonna give y'all a list of things.
If I ain't together like that, my life is not.
I'm not together, but you have to
you gotta do
stop.
it.
Yeah, you gotta
and it's it can be small little things, like even just making sure you keep up with your maintenance, like your hair, your nails, all of that is part of your self.
Oh yeah, I go
Especially
nails every 2 weeks.
providing services for people. Your upkeep is important,
That's
like
right.
your presentation. So I make sure that, if anything, those things are together.
Yeah.
I like to travel, so now that we're able to kind of get back in the swing of things, I do enjoy. I do enjoy being away from the norm.
Yeah.
I do like checking out. That's very important. I want to incorporate that a lot in life. Like future plans, like as I get older, travel. I don't get to read as much as I used to, but I love to read. Like reading was something that I enjoyed doing. Even journaling, those are things that I enjoy doing. It was just journaling was part of my daily life. At the end of my day, I would just write down. I'm a creative by nature, so thoughts that come to my mind, I would have to jot it down. You're going to forget it. So, so all of that is part of my self-care. Even just regimens that you do at home, like as far as your facials and things like that. Those
Give
are
yourself facials.
I definitely have a facial
Right.
regimen.
I was
like,
like, goodness.
I should have went before
Past
that.
that. Right.
I am a makeup artist. I care about my skin.
Right.
I care about all of those things. So I do. I am a product holder. If you ever go under my cabinet, you're going to see tons of products.
I stay
Yes, so I do care about those things. So that's part of my self-care as well. I don't get to go to the spa as much as Dana. I don't have Saturdays to myself, but I do like to often go when I have time to. So
Right. Well, mine is not good as that. So I do the massage thing. Machina comes to the house, or I'll go to her spot on Pass Road. I forgot what it's called. Beehive. The Beehive. Yeah.
Holistic.
I love it. I'll go there. But y'all, I ain't gonna lie, I be chilling. Like, I'm just like such a homebody. Like, I'll give me a little bottle or something, chill with the kids, run around the house. I mean, I'm just so plain. Like,
Yeah.
She's not playing.
I'm just
She's
a
just-
laid
I-
back-
Wait till you hear mine. You're gonna be
Laid
like, what?
back. She'll walk around the house, mismatched socks, like my husband's shorts on, a white beater, no bra, just chill. Like, I don't really just have no regimen where I'm going. I just chill.
that's the best.
Yeah, I just chill. That's it.
Crystal, you have one? Crystal,
I'm kind of like this. So me personally, I'm a pajama. Just, oh my God, I love pajamas. It is soft, nice. So I'm around the house. I love to entertain. So like my backyard, my husband put a TV outside with my little lights. So we got the pool. So I love to just like go out there, especially if my daughter wants to go swimming, so I can read a book. But I'm big on Audible because I'm always going.
Yep.
I
I'm always
gotta
going.
Bro, if
I
I
had
read
to
a
put
book,
her out, and she was
let me tell you something. I don't know if it's just me. I hate to cut you off.
no, you fine.
I could be reading a book and my mind be like, dang, you gotta go to the grocery store.
You'll reread the same thing you just read.
And then I'm like, okay, where was I at on this book? Like,
Yeah,
I gotta
Audible.
do Audible.
I'm Audible.
Yeah.
I gotta
absolutely.
get with all
I'm
of
always
it.
in
You
the
can do it while you're
car.
driving. You can do it while you're working.
Yeah,
You
my-
can do it while everything.
Because my commander, he was like, you don't read. I said, I used to love to. I just don't have time. He was like, do Audible. So now that I do Audible, I'm like, I send her Pee Wee books like
Yeah.
all the
Okay,
time.
I'm gonna try.
Yeah, so I like to entertain. So for me, honestly, like my in-laws are amazing. So when they come around, like I'm big on family. So I had a couple of losses that were very close. And just to be around family and friends, so like I'll throw a birthday party together in the last minute. Be like, hey, bring your kids, we can have cake and ice cream. So hosting for me, and just being in my PJs and sitting outside watching TV while the kids are swimming and spending time with my husband, like we literally play like kids. Like that is the best part of my day, is to just aggravate the hell out of myself. But that's part of my self-care, is to make sure that me and him have that quality time,
Yeah, that
whether
sounds so bad,
it
'cause I didn't
be
mention that. I'm
with or
sorry.
without the
We
kids.
can't. I travel with my family as well.
Look, you don't feel bad to hear somebody else say
Yeah, you be like,
I
okay.
thought it was about us. Just about us.
My self-care is I normally try to start my day off by taking Highway 9 to go to work. I don't know, even though the beach is dirty.
It looks great.
It looks great. So I love, like, that's part of it. And like one of my favorite things to do is if I have an hour in Target by myself, it's like the best. It's like the best thing ever.
Talk about that.
It's the best thing ever. So I include that in part of my self-care. And I love pajamas as well. I always tell people, like, as much as I love getting dressed up, I love to stay in pajamas equally.
But I want to be cute though. I like my
you
cute
cute?
soft pajamas.
Mine
No, not like lacy stuff, but just like
put together.
Yeah, I like the whole
Feel
matching
good.
set.
Okay. So, Marquita,
Here she
what
goes.
is your...
I need to know Brittany.
I'm just joking. I don't have a whole list. So I'm gonna be honest with you all. I mean, y'all know I love to vacation. Like I feel like vacations are needed. But I'm gonna be honest. I don't think it was self-care for me until my husband made me realize we going on vacations, but you still have your computer. You still talking to clients. You still letting them text you. You still letting them call you. You walking through the airport having a conference call about what their financials need to look like. You need to take a real break. So, I mean, I would vacation. Listen, I'm notorious once every other month, I'm gone.
Yeah.
But it wasn't really relaxing for me because I was still working. I was still in work mode. In my mind, as long as I'm looking at the beach or I'm looking at something else, that's relaxing for me. But it really wasn't until he really made me realize, like, don't bring your computer. Put the phone down. Turn it off. I remember us being in Aruba probably like 2 years ago, and he's like, he in the pool and we just sitting there. He's like, we just sitting here. Like, I'm like, but I'm having fun. He's like, how? I'm like, oh, I don't know. So I put my phone down, like, and was like, okay, I'm gonna talk to this client afterwards. And I really enjoyed the moment. So I can say, like, vacationing for me and being able to take my son to see those different things, that's one of them. I also just recently started meditating. I didn't really understand it at first, and I took a class, and it really makes you get in tune with yourself, and it really calms you, and it opens your mindset, and it gives you some type of like peace that overcomes you.
Yeah.
Like it's really dope to me. So meditation. So I take an hour, and I just really clear my. I wake up in the morning. I wake up in the mornings now and I try to take an hour. It doesn't always work.
Oh, I'm not the girl.
Because I'm like, sometimes I have a 7:30 call, but
would
for the
not
most
run it.
part, I'll try to take like an hour and just clear my mind, have a cup of coffee. Like I try to do like an hour, and then I recently started stretching with it too. So it's just like listening to the things like, do you feel the tingle? And it's like, wait a minute, if you open your mind, you really can get into you really can get in tune. So I think that's been providing me with peace. I like to think that I keep myself up, but during the pandemic, my husband used to be like, what's up with your hair? Like,
what a pandemic! Bro, how dare you? I'd have had these kids.
Listen, I remember calling Drena, like, I know we on lockdown. I don't have COVID. Like, I do not have COVID. She'd be like, all right, Key, come on. So, I mean, self-care definitely is, like, I like to look good. I like to dress. I like to make sure I'm presentable. So that's one of the things for me. But I think vacation and spending time with my family is the most thing. Like I'm a big, I guess you would say I'm a hosting person too, because I love to throw an event. Like I will put something together and be like, all right, let's go to the house and do this. Like I do. I enjoy seeing people happy and having fun. Cause everybody works so hard. Like
So like with holidays, I'm not a big gift giver. Because I buy for my kids all year long. So I bought them a traveling book. So we always try to go somewhere because those are the things that no matter what's trending right now, they're going to remember that forever.
That's smart.
That's nice.
I like that idea. I might have to take that one. I like that. I like that one.
I mean, that's the military part where you get to go to these other countries and you see like kids are literally begging you for food.
Yeah.
You know, I'm like, I buy for my kids so much. They talking about, I don't want this, I want
Right.
that.
Right.
So I'm like, you know what? Why do we spend so much money on just
and now
a
they play
day?
with it for a long time anyway. You bought
They
it.
be like, oh, this is the one I
and
wanted. So, you know, my thing is, okay, you know what, we're going to pick a trip. Normally it's Disney, but we try to go other places. But I let them pick because for me, it's like the drive to Disney.
Yeah.
Like, oh, such and such, they fell asleep, we took pictures and posted them on Instagram,
Right.
you know. Or, oh, when we were standing in line and the guy stepped on the back of your shoe and you were so upset. Like, those little
That's
stories.
about the experience.
So I love it.
Definitely.
All those are great ideas. I'm so happy
I'm
you
not
shared
for
them.
that.
I'm glad y'all shared them. So we decided we're gonna meet back again in October. Thank all of you ladies for this. Krystal, thank you for hosting. Shout out to Candace with St. Yvonne's for
Candace
the
was
charcuterie
amazing.
board.
Yeah.
I tried a new cheese today. It was
Me
so
too.
Right,
good.
so good. So yeah, thank you again, and we'll see y'all next time.
Bye.